This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Welcome to Sports Friday. The sport of basketball is perhaps the most popular among young high school males. Their love for the game has forced coaches and local associations to host more tournaments. This week's three-day showdown is the D-Squad basketball tournament. Roaming the sidelines like he's Pat Riley is our very own Julian Gibson.
Kelsey, the D-Squad basketball tournament got started yesterday at the F. Adley Gym with the Queens College Comets taking all the magic out of the Government High senior boys basketball team. The final score, blowout fashion, 32-20.
They started off sloppy. We need to get things together before the Bears start. I don't like how this game was. I don't like the body language of my players. They need to do better than this. And I know they could do better than this. Also
seeing action yesterday, Anatole Rogers in the red taking on Temple Christian in the black tops. Anatole Rogers, boy, they simply manhandled Temple Christian. The final score, 39-14. Coach Harcourt McCoy not pleased with the start for his senior boys.
We've been practicing for a little while. We rely on a little bit of experience we had down in South Andros. So my team was able to get a lot of chemistry and, get out a lot of the little jitters. So we came out, hats off to Temple Christian. They played well and just, looking to go as far as we could.
A 20-point win, boy, your boys look good.
Not really. Still some things you need to work on defensively. Still a lot of reaching. We still got to work on trying to make sure that we realize that we're making haste carefully. You can go fast, but you got to go careful. And, sometimes the tendency is when kids go fast in this game, they make a lot of turnovers. So we want to play athletic and really fast, but at the same time minimize the turnovers and make sure we get good looks.
Now action in the D-Squad basketball tournament will continue all weekend long at the F. Adley Gym. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
Thanks so much, Julian. With the New Providence Basketball Association basketball season tipping off tomorrow, the College of the Bahamas Caribs are making sure that they stay on top of their game. The men's squad had a busy schedule ahead of them, and now they will have to add the games from the local association on top of that.
The athletic department has scheduled some games for us late in November, 2 games in South Carolina against Denmark Tech as well as Claflin University. Those are going to be very challenging, but we anticipate that we should do about 50% there. We're going to win both, but we intend to at least get one. And then we have 2 games in Florida early in January against, I think it's Trinity College and Florida College. I haven't told the director this yet, but I told the president we're going to take both of those games. So this year we anticipate that we're going to have a phenomenal year. We've seen growth over the past 2 years, but this year we're going to see a quantum leaps as to regards to where we were.
The best of the best will shine this weekend when the New Providence Volleyball Association annual All-Star Games spike on. The 2 friendly matches will be played on Sunday at 3:30 p.m. at the Donald Davis Gymnasium. Players taking part in the annual event are considered the best in the league this year. The list of 24 players were divided into 2 teams, president and vice president. Despite the decline in the number of teams that are competing in this year's league, executives feel as though the one-day affair will help to revive the sport, which has been on the decline. The second half of the season is expected to start on Wednesday with 2 exciting games. This week's Flashback Friday takes us back 40 years. On November 13th, 1975 in Paris, France, Oswald Elijah Obed Ferguson won the World Boxing Council's junior middleweight title with an 11-round TKO of Miguel de Oliveira. Obed is the first and only Bahamian to win a world title. Since then, nothing has been done for the 63-year-old. Many are calling for something to be done or named after Obed. One in particular is Bahamas Olympic Committee President Wellington Miller.
After 40 years, there is nothing evident in the Bahamas to show the accomplishment of Elijah Obed, but that should change if Bahamas Olympic Committee President Wellington Miller has anything to do with it.
Elijah was in the group on the same page, the same book with the great Muhammad Ali in the rating, the same kind of status, world champion. And today, there's nothing here to say that we have accomplished, that we had a Bahamian accomplish such a feat for our country. At that time, 40 years ago, we were a small country. Our population was small. And when you look at it, we had a world champion. There were 12 weight classes at that time. 12 world champions. The Bahamas had one of those. And I think it's a bad thing to us to not have something that is very recognizable for Obed's accomplishments.
Miller has already pointed out a piece of land that will be fitting to be named in Obed's honor.
There's a major highway there, road, street, whatever they want to call it, and people call it by the name of the six-lane roundabout. Obed lived right behind that, and I think that's a good area to name Elisha Obed Highway, Elisha Obed Road, Elisha Obed Street, whatever they want to call it, but name it Elisha Obed.
The road will also serve as a history lesson.
The taxi drivers have something to tell the tourists. The teachers have something to tell their students. Parents, friends, and when driving down the street, they have something to talk about. It gives you some pride that we have accomplished something. Claude Noel in Trinidad, in the 80s, he won a world championship. They have a big stadium named after him. But nothing here is after Obed. I believe that is a sad, sad state.
Obed, not the only Bahamian legend Miller feels have been neglected and should have something in their honor.
Pat Knowles and Adam Brister. They were the three Bahamians after independence, the accomplish of world status. And I'm going to deal with Adam Brister and Knowles again, because I believe what they accomplished at that time, right after independence, these three men put the Bahamas on the map with whatever their achievement was.
Miller doing his best to make sure Bahamian sporting legends get their just due. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Thanks so much, Charles. Well, that will do it for sports. Once again, I'm Kelsey Johnson.
This is ZNS